Again, to trust in Jesus. That is really a good theme for Psalm 25, our passage for this morning. If you'd like to turn there in your Bibles to Psalm 25, I want to remind you a little bit about this psalm. It's a little different in the way it is written than many of our other psalms. In fact, it's the first one in the book of Psalms that has a specific artistic structure called an abecedarius. That is an alphabetic acrostic. Each verse begins with a letter of the Hebrew alphabet, a different letter in succession, A, B, C, or Aleph, Beth, Gimel in Hebrew. And there are other psalms like this, particularly Psalm 119, which the men are studying in their Bible study. It is actually an intensive acrostic, which means that each section of 8 verses in that psalm begins with the letter of that section, A, B, C, etc. And the book of Lamentations has this type of structure in 4 of its 5 chapters. Chapter 3 being perhaps the most intensive, with 3 verses starting with each successive letter. So why am I telling you all this? What difference does it make? You probably can't even see that in your English translation of the Bible. It's because Psalm 25 is a work of beauty, but it's also a reflection, a complete sense of what it is to be and to have the faith and life of a believer in the Lord. Follow along as I read this structured and yet beautiful psalm written by David, perhaps at the end of his life, reflecting back on what it's like to be a believer. To you, O Lord, I lift up my soul. O my God, in you I trust. Let me not be put to shame. Let not my enemies exalt over